So this is my setup, guys, and I think it looks pretty cool. Although I have to say, this truck right here, I don't know if it's because the trailer's heavy or what, but it's definitely not fun.
Well, here we are again. This is part 2 from the first video that I uploaded regarding my move out of California. I'm going to reveal in this video, I promise, just where it is that I moved. So stay tuned for that. But some of you might be wondering why there is a part 2. And well, the answer to that is I have 2 Suburbans and I had to use both of those Suburbans to tow 2 6x12 trailers. Yes, that's how much stuff we have. We had to stuff it in 2 6x12 trailers and they were both jam-packed. The way I tried to plan it out was to take the heaviest trailer with most of the stuff with the 03 Suburban first. That one has a little more power, a little bit better of a motor, and so I figured why not tow that with the 03 Suburban? That way the lighter load, the second load, would be with the 95. However, I somewhat misjudged that, and the heaviest trailer packed to the absolute brim just so happened to be the second trip with the 95. Not to worry though, I have towed with that 95 before, 6x12 trailers, same thing, moving, cross country, and the 95 does okay. As long as the trailer is packed right, which is a 60-40 split, most of the weight is supposed to be up front while 40% of the weight is supposed to be in the back. I don't know if I necessarily did that correctly with this trailer though, because every time I would get above 55 miles an hour, that trailer would start to sway and it was kind of scary. I also kept the transmission in 3rd gear, which kept my RPMs right at that like 2200 to 2500 range, which allowed that 5.7 liter throttle body injected engine to be right in its power torque range, which basically allowed the engine to pull just fine. And being that I had the exact same trip as the first time underway, I tried to mirror it exactly. And I did hit some of those Love's gas stations, the same ones that I hit the first time. And I also slept at the same Walmarts that I did the first time, which was pretty cool. That way I had a definite plan, a stopping point. I think the first Walmart was about 700 miles away from the starting point, and I knew what kind of food was around, which was pretty good. And for those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I've been keeping that 95 Suburban in tip-top shape. I'm talking brakes, all the sensors, fluids, everything. So this truck was ready for the trip. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Well, good morning, guys. It is early morning and I'm out here at a Walmart. I spent my second night at this Walmart, actually. This Walmart is 700 miles approximately from my house, well, my old house. And that is because, well, I'm moving. My wife and I have been trying for a while to find a kind of lifelong state, especially for our daughter. We think we found it, so I'll reveal that a little bit later on. But for now, I'm in my 95 Suburban. This is my second trip, and I also have a 6x12 trailer back here that I've been towing. Just gonna double check my oil, although I did a brand new oil change right before I took this trip. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and start her up. That's a good sign. No abnormal smoke or anything from the exhaust. It's something you always want to look for. It tells you if you had like a head gasket blow or something like that. So this is my setup, guys, and I think it looks pretty cool. Although I have to say, this truck right here, I don't know if it's because the trailer's heavy or what, but it's definitely not fun. You can see my sleeping situation right back here. Not the greatest. I do have an entire sleeping bag and everything set up. I had a whole sleeping station, but we had at the last minute, just way too much stuff. The U-Haul is head to toe. I mean, there's nowhere to put anything. So last resort was in the truck, and I'm basically just kind of sleeping on top of everything right there. And it worked out. I got some good sleep last night. So I mentioned that this was my second time at this Walmart, and it's because my first trip, I took the 03 Suburban with another 6x12. That was just last week, and this was my first night. Same spot, same Walmart, and same parking spot. There's a lot of people here that actually camp here, including a bunch of semi-trucks. So this felt like a pretty safe option for me, and I'm gonna get on the road and hopefully cover another approximately 700 plus miles today, which is tough in this truck. But anyways, I'm gonna get on the road and try to cover the distance that I need to cover. 6:38 my time. This is New Mexico. Oh, I wanted to show you this. This is my Jackery Explorer 300, and I'm actually using it to charge my cell phone. You can see the cable, and I have it go right here up into the bottom of my phone. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can't find any of my car chargers. I have no car chargers. I didn't want to go spend 30 bucks. I didn't even have time to go spend 30 bucks. So I just took my typical, you know, wall charger, and it plugs right into the front of this Jackery. And this thing has been doing wonderfully well. It's at 92% right now, and I've charged my phone basically the whole drive, which was like 12 hours or so. That thing is awesome. This is exactly what I wanted, just another power source. I was also able to charge my phone from that last night as I slept, so that I didn't have to use my car battery, because like I said, this is a 26-year-old vehicle with one battery, and it's not the best situation to kind of run that thing down. Got the coffee, so it looks like I'm ready to go. That was hot, but not too hot. That's good. An Americano, it's really good. I like it black. I'm just cruising right along. The truck is doing really well. It's driving fantastic. No issues mechanically, nothing at all. No check engine lights. I mean, everything looks good. What I'm having to do is keep it right at 55 miles an hour, and I'm kind of supposed to because the trailer says to, and I think that's the law, where if you're towing, you have to be at 55 miles an hour. As long as I keep it at 55, and in third gear, I have plenty of power. My RPMs are sitting right about 2200, 2300 RPM. There's 373 gears in my rear end there, if any of you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, power-wise, as long as I'm in third gear going at 55 miles an hour, it's okay. I mean, I hit a hill and it downshifts slightly. Not in the second. I think it's somewhat like a middle gear. I don't know. I don't really understand exactly how transmissions work, but we're doing pretty good, I'd say. Just listening to business news, and it seems like Bitcoin today, I just turned it on and they're saying it went all the way down to $30,000 or $31,000. I think just a week ago it was like at 60 grand, so that's like 50%. I've been following it. I don't own any sort of crypto, but it's interesting to follow and to kind of see how it ties into the overall economy. But man, that is a big drop in a very short period of time. And I think that volatility is what scares me a little bit, but it also kind of excites me. I don't know. Well, I just crossed into Texas, and I'm happy to report that it looks like there's some weather on the path, and I am happy about that. I love weather. I love rain, clouds, lightning, and thunder, and all that good stuff. So I really hope I get it, partially because I want a free car wash. This thing is dirty. Just like I thought, guys, we hit some rain, which is awesome. My truck's getting a little wash here. I hope it gets a little heavier than this, although it might make it a little difficult to drive. But I am happy right now with this rain for sure. That's gotta be one of those windmills that froze up. It looks like it started on fire here in Texas. I don't know, this is a big wind farm here, and that one definitely started on fire. I'm at a rest stop in Oklahoma, and just had to kind of stretch out a little bit. I like to have clean hands. Come on. I gotta say, guys, Oklahoma is a gorgeous state. Just traveling on the 40 East here, and everywhere I look, left and right, just beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Knock myself out. As fresh as they come.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, man.
No problem.
Awesome, dude.
Have a great day.
You too.
Or night, I guess.
Yeah. Got my Wendy's. I don't eat here often, but they said they were gonna drop some fresh fries for me, and they were awesome there, so I'm really stoked to eat this. But this has been a long day. I think over 12 hours of driving at 55 miles an hour because I'm towing. So I'm about to chow down, brush my teeth, and go to sleep. Well, I made it. Another night at Walmart. Seems to actually be a pretty good spot. Gas here is $2.59.
In California, when I left, it was about $3.89.
That's a massive difference. That's over $1 less for gas here in Oklahoma.
My last top off, I was getting 12.5 miles per gallon. And that's because I was going through Texas and I was able to put my truck into just standard, drive so that it could use fourth gear and overdrive. Right now I'm in third because I have quite a few hills that I'm going up and down and I don't like it, downshifting so much when I'm pulling a trailer. Right now in third, going about 55, I'm at about 2,200 RPM, and it's not downshifting at all going up hills. So that seems to be right in the power band, and there's plenty of power there to get up these hills pulling this big load. This is one of the reasons why I love having a CB radio. I just got into a little bit of traffic here for the first time in like 1,600 miles, and I flipped on the CB radio, and of course all the truckers are just going off about what's going on. I don't use it all the time, but when it comes to times like this, I flip it on, channel 19, I can hear exactly what these guys are talking about, some of them miles ahead, and know what's going on, which lane to be in. It's awesome. All right, at this point, I have successfully completed the trip. I made it all 2,000 plus miles to my final destination. And I bet you're wondering exactly where that final destination is. Not to worry, I will tell you in this video. I have completely unloaded the trailer, which is awesome because, well, the place that I'm at now, it didn't have a washer and dryer. So I had to get on Facebook Marketplace and find one. And I did. And I'm going to use this trailer because I have it reserved for just a few more days to go pick up that washer and dryer.
Well, good morning. Take a listen. Do you hear all those birds? This is where I live now. This is incredible to me. I never imagined living in such a beautiful area of the United States, and now I do. I still have this gigantic 6x12 attached to my truck, and that's because I'm gonna be taking this to buy a washer and dryer. I found one on Facebook Marketplace. It's less than half of what it costs new at the big box store. This one looks new, is like new, and this girl is moving, and where she's moving already has one, so she can't take this, she doesn't want to store it. So she sold it, and I'm going to buy it. It's like 6:15, 6:20 in the morning right now. I got the washer and dryer. So now I'm faced with the task of driving back home. It's about 40 minutes. I strap those things down back in the trailer as good as I know how. And I'm stoked. $450 for a washer and dryer. And on the big box store website, I think with their $100 off sale, it's still $1,098, and that's, before tax. So pretty good deal. They look like they're new, so happy. Everything is still in one piece. They're relatively in the same position. This strap here held, this strap held, and this one got a little loose. But they did their job. So I'm happy. Okay, I got them in. Dryer, washer, it's not hooked up yet, of course. And finally, I can return this U-Haul trailer. This thing has been attached to my 95 Suburban for probably close to 5 days now, 6 days or something like that. And I just want to get this thing returned so that I can drive my 95 freely. My garage is a mess right now, so I have one toolbox there, I have another one over there, I have all this stuff everywhere, but all this is gonna get organized and put away. And hopefully very, very soon, I'll be back to making my regularly scheduled videos.
Well, I've moved. It's official. We've moved to this unbelievably beautiful state. One that is much more affordable for us long term, and one that I think my family and I can thrive in. Also, one where turtles roam the streets freely. And this state is called Tennessee. Yes, some of you in the last video down in the comments section guessed correctly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And also, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. For One Road, I'm Jimmy, and I will see you in the next one.